It's not drying because I was staying in the shadow. There was no sun and I was extra cold. Oh my god. To rewind a little bit where I was and how I got there. Arriving at the parking lot at 8 a.m. and I saw two Teslas parked there and tried my best to stereotype those people but failed. This was the only hike that I did that went on a decline first into the valley and came back up. All the steps I took going down made me question whether I would have the energy at all at the end to come back. It was a chilly and gloomy morning. The 7,200 hours of Colorado sun in a year didn't cover the 4 hours I was in the park. It felt really nice being alone in nature, seeing the train passing by, watching the birds chirping, and I just realized train is technically not a part of nature. The fall colors were finally arriving in Boulder. Most of the leaves were already fallen when I went to Vail on October 5th. I guess the fact that Boulder being at a lower elevation really mattered. The hike was mostly quite flat, except the last bit, with steep stairs going right next to the South Boulder Creek. I was surprised by the number of bikers on this trail, like, how do they do it? I was scouting for the perfect place to paint and a place to put my tripod. At the time, if you can see, the entire area was covered in the shade. I felt the breeze on my face and didn't have a good feeling about the next hour I was going to spend there. But I did it anyways, can't let this little obstacle get into our way of painting. I couldn't be more wrong. If I was freezing in Rocky Mountains National Park in the September weather, and we do a bit of math, then I could very well freeze in the October weather down in the canyon. In hindsight, after hindsight, I really need to learn from the past mistakes and bring something warmer. It's not that hard. I carry portable solid watercolor with a small glass water container that used to be a jam jar. I do not understand why anyone would use a jar of jam that small, but it doesn't matter. It took me a while to find a container this small and has a lid to encapsulate the used water inside. I always brought it back home and disposed the water that way. I cannot pour the dirty water into the beautiful nature, although it only contains very small amount of pigment. But from a hiker's code of conduct, we bring back what we bring there. The papers I have need to fit in the binder I got from a bank 4 years ago, and is still in great shape. I love painting the water first. because I love water very much. In my portfolio, most of my paintings were done when I was sitting next to a body of water. Painting the water first makes me excited about what comes next, and yeah, I just like water. I am so cold. My fingers are bright red. Can't feel them anymore. Okay, enough complaining about the cold. One lesson I learned from online watercolor tutorial video was to never use black. Ever. I can totally get the point because the black alone stands out too much comparing to the other colors. So usually black comes off very unnaturally. And I avoided black for this reason when I first started. But now I would like to disagree with this notion. From my experience, a lot of colors cannot get the desired low saturation or darkness without black. And in order for the tree trunks to stand out, the brown alone was not enough, so I mixed in a lot of black in it. Everything done with care and caution, and then it will be fine. So in summary, it's a skill issue. Or maybe the quality of my watercolor can get better. I tried searching up how to draw rocks when I was in the national park, but didn't get any results from, not having any signals. And to be honest, I still haven't searched for it. So really the rocks you see here was me going for it simply. I actually am not done with the painting. I still have a little bit of final touch-up to do. Just eating my beef jerky because I am freezing. Why am I sitting here instead of over there? This is the almost finished painting. To be honest with you, I didn't do much here. I just made some of the colors near object outlines more defined. I was supposed to go to the state park with a friend, but she was feeling ill right before we were going to leave. Still went by myself. If not, I would never get this painting. Sometimes we really need to start doing to see unexpected results. I know I've mentioned the Rocky Mountains National Park and Glacier Gorge trails a couple times already, so maybe my next video will be it. Stay tuned.